This week, you'll find great deals at Walgreens. Now with card, buy one, get one free on hundreds of vitamins and supplements through February 23rd. Save on great brands such as Move Free, Mega Red, and more. And 12-pack Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, 3 for $10 or $5.99 each with card, limit 3. Get great deals on the essentials you need right here at your neighborhood Walgreens. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Of equal or lesser value, restrictions and exclusions apply. See store for details.
Imagining a better bank starts with looking at the savings rates most banks offer and saying, really? Capital One is building something better. You can open a Capital One savings account with one of the nation's best savings rates from anywhere, like here, or here, or here. One of the nation's best savings rates. Opened online, at a Capital One location, or from anywhere. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
Now, get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Right now at CVS Pharmacy, you can earn up to 50 extra bucks rewards each year just for filling prescriptions. Which means the medicines you take to stay healthy might also do a little something for the health of your wallet. So visit your local CVS Pharmacy to sign up and start earning up to 50 extra bucks rewards on prescriptions. Terms and conditions apply. Not valid on all prescriptions, including those purchased in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Other state restrictions apply. See cvs.com/RX rewards or the pharmacy for details.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tiger weather now.
The clouds much of the day today, as we'll see temperatures top out at 68. More clouds tonight, low 54. Cloudy tomorrow with a high 67. And sunshine returns on Wednesday, a little cooler, 58. Thursday, a mix of clouds and sunshines in the forecast, highs at 53. Richard Wettig, the Weather Channel.
WKH-AM, Shreveport Bossier. The home of LSU sports is 1130 The Tiger.
It's a fun game.
Everybody, how you doing? How you doing? This is the Tim Fletcher Show on 1130 The Tiger. It is Monday, January 7th, 2019. Whoop to the wood. Yes, indeed. This is the way we do it. This is how we do it. Little dirt foot to get the party started. Your early riser portion of the Tim Fletcher Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at Sports World, your local uniform professionals. 8809 Jewella. You've got a uniform need, you got an athletic gear need, they have got you covered, buddy. They have since 1973. Ho, 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 buddy. Locally owned and operated. These folks have been around taking care of business for a long, long time.
You're what I need.
Just off 3132. Sports World. Joining us in the studio, it's our old pal Rogers Hampton. Hello, Roger.
Hey, boy. Happy Monday, Flash. What is happening? Hot stuff.
What's shaking, bacon?
What's going on?
Nothing. How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Didn't do a whole lot, but watch a whole lot of football.
A lot of football.
A lot of football. And it was good.
It was real good.
It was wild card weekend. Had me a wild card weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Giddy up. That's all we do. We do it a little bit longer than that after it's already done. Oh, yeah. Giddy up. A reminder for you that it's also a Campers RV and Power Sports Monday morning quarterback edition of the program. Campers, RV, and Power Sports. The fun life starts right here. Not so much here, but here. Adam Hester is also in the house.
How's it going?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Back in the routine.
School back in session?
Yes.
Full go, like full day?
Yeah.
Do they do half days in the spring? Did y'all do? Y'all didn't do a half day Friday or anything?
No. We typically have done the in-service day before, teachers.
That's what I thought.
But now we're back. We're full to go today.
3 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. Let's get our party started.
This SEC update is brought to you by Red River Brewing, 1200 Marshall Street in Shreveport. They're open hump day to holy day.
I don't know if you're aware of it, but Alabama has a football game tonight.
Do they?
Yes. Alabama will play Clemson. Clemson in the national championship game. This is the third time in 4 years that these two higher academic pillars of institutions will square off for a national title. One of the morning zoo crew guys on the way in this morning stopped me in the parking lot. Hey, Tim. Yeah. I want to get my sports talk in before my day starts. I'm like, well, good. I want to get inside the building. He said, who do you like in the Clemson-Alabama game tonight? And I said, and before I could answer, he said, Clemson's going to just kill him.
I hope he's right.
I said, I hope you're right. He goes, no, man. He said, Alabama can't match up with Clemson physically. Okay. I'm like, well, why don't you go spin your little hit records? Because that is a dumb statement.
Spin your little hit record.
This SEC update was brought to you by Red River Brewing. They're open from hump day to holy day. Red River Brewing, 1200 Marshall Street.
I mean, I can root for Clemson as hard as I want, which will be very hard tonight.
Right.
But I am not going to ever utter the phrase when Nick Saban is coaching Alabama in this situation that, man, Team X sure is physically better than Alabama. Who would say that?
It's not something that immediately comes to mind.
Isn't Alabama pretty much loaded at every position on the field?
Yes.
Isn't Alabama favored by almost 5 points tonight?
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, 4.5.
Okay.
Aren't they supposed to win? Isn't that kind of the deal?
Alabama's never supposed to lose.
Right. Now, I want Clemson to win by 40.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to go to bed tonight about 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
That'd be fantastic.
It's not going to happen. Because I want to see if it does happen, if Clemson does win, I just want to see every reaction of Nick Saban as the game progresses.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Nick Saban cam on tonight just to see every phrase that he utters.
ESPN will have about 75 different channels with different camera views, so maybe there will be like a Saban cam.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying that the coach's room is back?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, the Democrats' majority in the Senate is a big deal, according to the person I hear in my head.
They can hear us. Like the people in their car, do they hear that too? Or?
No. I think they hear us. Okay. I think we're hearing.
So they.
Yes. Now, here's what I wonder. Do we bleed over on the other stations that are bleeding over onto ours? Because imagine if you're tuning in for a news talk radio in Albuquerque.
Sure.
And you're listening to a guy talk about the Democratic majority in the Senate.
The Les Nessman Farm Report.
Right. And all of a sudden you hear me and Adam and Rogers. It's got to be a little like, what are they talking about? Why does the Democrats hate Alabama? Nick Saban's running the Senate? What?
Probably.
What happened with that? I'm having to charge up the phone over here, Adam.
Okay.
So it's hanging out over here for a little bit.
It's hanging out.
Not a problem.
Draco was concerned about Rogers this afternoon after the Texans game. I got a few texts from our boy C-Mac over the weekend, who was very excited about his picks in the wild card round. He was 3-0 before last night.
Yeah, it was 0 for 4. Huh?
Right. Over.
You know, if I would have just stuck with what I originally said, I like the underdogs in all 4 games.
Did you see that stat?
That would have been
14-1 or something in the last however many. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the underdogs covered in every game. Every game. Thanks to Sebastian Fatakowski. Oh! Miami! All of a sudden.
He's an old man. Leave him alone.
Well, it's broken. All of a sudden, the Seahawks have to go for 2 every time.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So you got a Texans fan in Rogers, a Seahawks fan in Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Who feels better about their team's chances next year? Who had the worst weekend, Rogers or Adam with your team?
I think if you lose, it's worse. It don't matter what the score is. The season's over. But I think both teams have bright futures. I mean, 11-5 and 10-6.
I don't know.
It's not like they just barely made the playoffs.
I don't know that much was expected of either one of us.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that the jury was out on the whole Deshaun Watson coming back.
And he picked his worst game of the year to have his worst game of the year.
I like Deshaun Watson moving forward more than I like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, and if Brian Schottenheimer is employed today by the Seattle Seahawks,
he will be.
It's one of the stupidest things I've seen in football.
They wouldn't fire Bevel. I mean, it took them years and years of finally like, guys, what are we doing here? And so I can't imagine they fire Schottenheimer after one season.
Give credit to the Cowboys for stopping Seattle on those first and second down plays, but I would assume that it's got to be a little bit easier to stop first and second down against Seattle when you know that it's going to be handoff left, handoff right.
And look, that's what got Seattle to this point. So it's hard to kind of say that it didn't work ever, but it in that situation, you can see Dallas is a superior defense. It's on 3rd and 17 throwing 2-yard routes, like twice, by the way. Like I don't understand.
The conservative play call, the NFL teams average a little over 25 points per team in the regular season.
Yeah.
In the wild card weekend, they averaged a little over 18 points per team.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there were some really good defenses out there.
Sure.
The Texans defense, the Bears defense, the Chargers defense, obviously, the Ravens defense, the Cowboys. That had a little to do with it, but I also think that you had a little sphincteritis with some of these play callers. Dude, let them rip. If Russell Wilson's able to do Russell Wilson-type things, I think Seattle wins that game. I really will. But, I mean, I'm not poo-pooing on the Cowboys.
No.
I just think that was such a poor play-calling game by the Seahawks that we saw the evidence of when Russell Wilson was able to kind of operate in a more loose-based offense, the success they were having.
No, I agree with that. It's one of those when it was over. I wasn't, upset, but I felt like, God, I think the Seahawks just left some points out there, And that's against a really good defense. They left some points out there. So, no, look, Cowboys won the game. There's nothing like that. There's a tinge of regret when it was over.
And Dak Prescott played one heck of a
great game by him.
game.
Hats off to him.
The guy just lays it on the line.
Yeah.
Not afraid of anything, not afraid of contact. He is the anti-Kyler Murray.
Right.
This Dak Prescott almost welcomes it. He doesn't do stupid things as far as not sliding or not hitting the deck or getting out of bounds when he needs to.
Right.
But he's also such a gamer that, dude, I got to get to the goal line.
Yeah.
This is not a time for me to slide down at the 8 and avoid that. On that play where he helicoptered in John Elway's Super Bowl, down to the 6-inch line or whatever, Next Gen Stats for NFL had the diagram. I forget which defensive back it was for Seattle. That was within a yard of Dak for the final 10 yards of that play. And he was able to keep it going. I would have had no problem with my quarterback. If Drew Brees is in that same situation, I'm screaming, hit the deck, hit the deck, hit the deck. That's just not the way that Dak operates. And I think one of the reasons why the Cowboys have lived to see another day, because think about it, they kick a field goal there instead of there's going to be about 40 more seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
And there's no way, obviously, Seattle was going to try to kick a field goal. What was it, 20 – what was the final? 24-22. So that made it 20 – it would have been 20 to 14.
I don't do math before 6.
Yeah, it would have been 20 to 14. If they kick the field goal then, all they got to do is score, and you got at least overtime plus the 2-point conversion whenever coming up. And so Dak just took it upon himself to say, this is not the way this thing's going to end. I'm not going to let our defense have to worry about this.
Hats off to him. Defense has carried us to this point, kind of a thing, right? To this point. So let me take it into my own hands, and those guys have done enough.
And is Ezekiel Elliott the best running back going in the league right now because Gurley's still banged up?
Yeah, he is. I didn't realize he had caught almost 80 passes.
79 passes?
Yeah. Which was, did they say that was the most for a Cowboys running
back? Most by a Cowboys
yeah.
running back. And who did the broadcast for the Cowboys? Was it Fox?
Yes.
So it was Aikman, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because they honored him before the game, remember?
Right.
Yeah.
And then Aikman even said that I still think that Ezekiel Elliott's scratching the surface on how good of a receiver he can be out of the backfield. I don't know if that's a little bit of an understatement, but
you think about it. I mean, Ohio State didn't use him that way, did they?
No,
I didn't think so. So he didn't play the whole season last year. He might be onto something.
They're catching the Rams at a pretty good time. I know the Rams had the bye week,
right?
But the Rams are still banged up.
Yes, they are. They have not been the same offense since Cooper Kupp got hurt either.
Right.
Kind of midway through. Their defense has been not up to expectation. What in the world is that?
I don't know.
The Rams' defense has not been what they're capable of to me all year.
No.
They've had nice moments here and there, but consistency has not been there for them.
With all the signings they had in the offseason?
It was now or never.
Right.
I feel like some enchiladas should be coming to the table now.
Jimmy V's Fajita Factory. Right. When you're thinking about Tex-Mex, when you hear the accordions and the violins and the ukuleles and whatever else, the mariachi band coming out.
Salsa at the table.
You got, we need some Jimmy V's salsa, fresh from scratch flour tortillas. Jared, can we please make this happen? If we're going to have Mexican radio bleed over, we've got to have some Jimmy V's here to at least set the tone. Holy moly. At least to have a tortilla station. Yes. Fresh from scratch flour tortillas. Jimmy V's Fajita Factory. They were giving out free beer for the Cowboys game the other night. We'll see this weekend how much free beer goes away on Saturday and Sunday. Remember, every time the Cowboys take a lead, free beer at Jimmy V's. Every time the Saints take a lead, free beer at Jimmy V's Fajita Factory, Old Minden Road, right next to I-20. Tim Fletcher Show, Rogers and Adam, and our very own mariachi band. Little wall of voodoo here. It is is an all-call, all-text Monday. Give us a call on the Mudbugs Hockey Hotline, 320-1130. Shoot us a text on the Bayou Bellways Trash text line, 489-7453. Campers, RV, and Power Sports, the fun life starts here. We'll be back on 1130 The Tiger right after these commercial messages.
I feel a hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I turn the switch and check the number. I leave it on when in bed I slumber.
Sports World, your local uniform professionals since 1973. 8809 Jewella, 686-1880.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
You started a DIY project at home. Then you realize convenience isn't always easy. The why in DIY doesn't mean why is this so hard. At ADT, we DIFY, do it for you. We customize and install a secure smart home that you control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License information available at ADT.com. ADT. Real protection.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's premier home purchase lender. Today's fluctuating interest rates can leave you with unexpected higher mortgage payments. At Quicken Loans, we've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates so you can buy a home with certainty. It's called Rate Shield, and here's how it works. With Rate Shield, you can lock your interest rate while you shop for a new home. So if rates go up, you don't have to worry. And here's the best part. If rates go down, you get the lower rate. With Rate Shield, we really have you covered. Here are more reasons why you'll want to work with America's largest mortgage lender. For 9 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the 5th year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. Rate Shield. Another way we can save you money on your mortgage. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Based on Rocket Mortgage data in comparison to public data records. Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year purchase transactions. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
Hey folks, J.R. Liverman here with Campers RV Center and Power Sports in Shreveport, Louisiana. It's 2019 and I couldn't be more excited than to invite the entire Architects to our giant open house and lot sale right here January 18th and 19th. Come check out all that we have to offer, like this Nexus Super C motorhome, our South Bay pontoon boats. We'll have amazing deals. We'll also have free food and drinks for both days. So come and see us January 18th and 19th at Campers RV Center and Power Sports. And remember, as always, the fun life starts here.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
Now, get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Landers Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, of course, the Landers family takes care of business as well with GoFiat.com. Landers, Fiat, and Alfa Romeo. Hot Italian models are available and waiting for you to kick their tires. And that's not a euphemism, that's literal. You can go by Landers Fiat, East Coons in the Auto Mall, and check out the hot Italian models. Fiat 500, 500L, 500X, the Abarths, and beautiful, sleek Alfa Romeo. They have got it going on, buddy. GoFiat.com.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Your local uniform professional since 1973, Sports World, bringing you the early riser.
1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to the show. It's a Monday, and we're here. Oh, Tobacco Road. Isn't that where Droopy Doors coaches?
Nobody was even talking about it. It's just never far from your mind.
It's never far from Nugan. 6:21 the time on this lovely Monday, January 7th, 2019. Do you say 2019 or 2019, Rogers?
Depends.
What do you say?
I think I said 2019.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. I don't understand the 2000 people because I didn't graduate at 1,983 from high school.
Yeah, I think when you get to 2010, it you start saying 20, right?
I think you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like Prince didn't sing
2000.
Well, he didn't sing "Gonna Party Like It's 1,999."
Ah. He was trying to cover his bases there.
Yeah.
2000.
So you think Prince was kind of straddling the fence?
A little ambiguous?
Yes. It is a Campers RV Center and Power Sports Monday morning quarterback. The fun life starts here over on West 70th. It's absolutely, these Can-Am fun vehicles that they've got, they ain't your daddy's four-wheelers. Holy smokes.
No. Like G.I. Joe rides from
Yeah, it really is. You're like, didn't they kill the Predator with these things? You know, I went and saw Bumblebee this weekend. Is that what? I think Bumblebee is like the transformer that turned into one of these Can-Am four-wheelers. It is nuts.
That right there is the Kenny Powers
yes,
all-terrain vehicle.
That's what Elio wished they were.
Yes.
Can we just have Can-Am move down here and just say they're Elio?
Sure.
Adrian, can you get on that? People are all over me for the fantasy football payouts. I want to pay, but I don't know how much we're supposed to pay them.
I'm sure we just say top two, right?
It was top two. Was it a 70-30 split?
I
don't know. Got the money. I just don't know who gets how much. I know who gets it, but I don't know.
We can figure it out.
Yeah. Bargain down my neck, man. Just hold on, okay?
Like Maury after the caper.
I didn't get fantasy. Yeah.
I masterminded the whole thing.
I didn't get my. Where is our Facebook feed for whatever reason?
Some Danish for Bill.
Hey, Rogers. Is it show where our Facebook feed's not working today for some reason?
Zuckerberg. He's not a fan of ours.
Yeah, it's not operating.
The New York Times reports.
6:23 is the time. So we had a wild card weekend. I know this weekend is called the divisional round, but I like Peter King's idea that it's the conference semifinals.
It is a dumb name, divisional round.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we got to do other stuff. I don't feel like thinking of a good name. Divisional round.
Divisional round. We'll just go with that.
It also, isn't this the weekend that people consider the best of the year for NFL?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, the final multiple game weekend that we have for the NFL. And I think we'll see a better brand of football this weekend as well.
Probably so.
Saw some ugly football over the weekend.
The cream rising to the top kind of a thing?
Yeah. Have you looked at how hot these teams are? Obviously, you would think a team's pretty hot going in.
Yeah.
But good grief. You know, we talk about how much the Colts are just red hot with 10-1 in their last 11. The Cowboys have won 8 of their last to Princeton, man.
And close games, too.
Yeah.
You know, so they've earned these victories.
Now, I can't remember which set of games is it over those last 9, but their net scoring is 0.
Yeah, because they had a 23-0 loss to the Colts.
When you go 8-1 and your net scoring differential is 0,
right?
You've been living right.
Sure. That's earned victories right there.
Yes. And Dak has now kind of taken the mantle for the 3 years he's been in the league. He's led more fourth-quarter drives and game-winning drives in the fourth quarter than any other quarterback in the league by quite a ways here. The Cowboys got away with Dak having a turnover and still won the game, which is something they've struggled to do in the past.
Right.
Although Dak's turnover kind of should have been pass interference.
There might have been a little bit of contact there.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah.
I'm
very surprised they didn't call that.
I am too. And the fact that he did protect the ball a lot better in the pocket. It's going to be interesting. The Rams, who have, as you mentioned, have not quite gotten over the hump, done exactly what I think people expected them to do defensively, even though Aaron Donald is certainly one of the guys that was mentioned as the lone defensive player
as a candidate for MVP. They're going to have to try to get after Dak. That's the whole thing.
Yes.
They've got to get after Dak. They're going to give up 120-plus yards to Ezekiel Elliott. I think that's a given. How healthy? Yeah, that's their bugaboo.
Yeah.
You know, and so I would assume you're going to get a heavy dose of Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, how quickly can teams manifest a copycat in terms of how this defense worked for this thing. What the Chargers did yesterday to Lamar Jackson by employing
masterful game plan.
7 defensive backs on 56 of 57 snaps or 57 of 58 snaps to put speed to keep Lamar Jackson in check was just phenomenal.
Great game plan.
It was outstanding. 7 sacks of Lamar Jackson yesterday.
Well, I guess what you were talking about Friday, right? What week will it be?
When Lamar Jackson isn't Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
When the balloon bursts. And what it took was a defense specifically designed to kind of curb him.
Right.
And I don't think you can employ 7 defensive backs every time you play the Ravens next year, but it worked. And I'm wondering if you're the Rams, you struggle defensively. You're facing the Cowboys, who bring in the best running back in the league. As much as we all love Dak, well, almost all of us love Dak in this building.
Jeez.
As much as we, for most people, love Dak around here, like I said, there are some folks who don't love Dak in the city, I'm sure. As a matter of fact, didn't the morning crew do a deal where they do a poll one time, like last year or something?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was something like that. Like, what?
Alrighty then.
Yeah. But for the most part, he is a highly respected and liked guy.
Yes.
If I'm the Rams, I make number 4 beat me rather than number 21.
Oh, absolutely you do.
Let's see if you can find Amari Cooper every single time.
And the best thing that you do is rush the passer anyway. That's
right.
The Rams do that the best out of all the things on defense. So yeah, absolutely, I make him try to beat me.
And if you're the Cowboys, do you not combat that with, okay, you're going to blitz us? Well, Ezekiel Elliott had 79 catches in the regular season. He may have 59 catches in this game.
Yeah.
Take my chances with Ezekiel Elliott out in the flat.
Get him the ball.
As often as possible.
Right.
Dak doesn't have to worry about throwing it deep. Doesn't have to worry about standing in the pocket too long. There's a whole lot to be said about getting rid of the ball quickly. Nick Foles, I think, yesterday averaged about 2.28 or 2.3 seconds per release on throwing downs. He was not sacked. By the way, the Eagles have played the Texans, the Rams, and the Bears in the 4 games that Foles has been around.
Right.
And they haven't sacked him yet. He hasn't been sacked by any of those defenses.
That's nuts.
And so a lot of that has to do with get rid of the ball quickly.
Right.
So it'll be interesting how the Saints can kind of turn into that. It's going to be a fun weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Love to get your input here on the Bayou Bellways Trash text line. Adam's going to get this here soon. We're up to 61% on the Charger. Draco says it was a 70-30 split. Okay. Now I'm going to remember who won.
Today. Have my money, Paulie.
Showtime. Am I the only one that has the feeling that it'll be a Saints-Cowboys NFC championship?
Got money for these commercials?
Because if he tries to push it, won't go in first. He goes strong enough to push it by the hand.
We have avoided Arklatex again for 1 week.
We have.
Thank God. So hopefully we don't have it again next week.
It's Monday. Games aren't until Saturday.
Yes.
If I were a wagering man, I would say that it would be Saints versus Rams in the Dome.
Well, sure. I mean, that's 1 versus 2. That's usually how it works out.
I think the Saints will not be challenged very much by the Eagles.
You don't believe that Foles is healthy, right?
No.
Yeah. I tend to agree. Their running back situation is not good.
It's atrocious.
Saints are basically tied for first as far as rush defense this year, yards per game. The Bears are 0.2 ahead of them.
Yeah.
Right. They're a full 2.5 yards ahead of Houston, who's third. So they're not going to be able to run the ball. That's not going to happen. So now Foles has to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how healthy he is, Foles. Ertz has got to have a monster game, which is not, of course, out of the realm of possibility. But also Golden Tate's got to kind of do some of the things he did yesterday. Those three guys, Jeffrey, Tate, and Ertz, are going to have to be huge because they're not going to be able to run the ball. And so I think you're right. It's kind of leaning that way. Things kind of fell into place for the Saints yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that before the weekend, I said I'd rather the Eagles come to the Superdome than the Cowboys.
Sure.
Much rather see that matchup. So I am all for it. All right. Tim Fletcher Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers, Adam, myself, hanging out on an all-call, all-text Monday. And Showtime says the reason I say that is their D is really good and in their stride right now. I still think that the Cowboys, while they did play well defensively, don't get me wrong, I think that the play calling by the Seahawks contributed.
It didn't help
mightily to the defense looking better.
I don't understand going and hiring a new offensive coordinator to basically do the same things that kept you from being as where you could be as far as Seattle goes. The reason they fired Bevel is because of the same things they were doing in the playoff game against Cowboys. So, yeah, I don't say that to downgrade the Cowboys game at all, what they did. It's just a guy that's watched a lot of Seattle games over the last few years. They did the same things that they fired a coach for doing in a playoff game.
Right.
And so it's you just don't understand how that could happen.
Tim Fletcher Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Brought to you by the fine folks over at Landers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. GoLanders.com. Your home for so many Jeeps, too numerous to mention. Motor Trend's SUV of the year. The new Jeep Wrangler is what crossovers want to be when they grow up, Motor Trend says. And no one's got more Jeeps and more incentives than Landers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 2701 Benton Road, just south of I-220 underneath the 2,400 square foot American flag. GoLanders.com, your home of the 59-minute car deal. Rogers and Adam and I will be back on 11:30 The Tiger on this Monday morning quarterback edition of the program, brought to you by Campers RV and Power Sports. The fun life starts here with Rogers and Adam and myself. And we'll all be back right after these words. Your local uniform professional since 1973, Sports World, bringing you the early riser. 318-843-6228. 318-843-6228. That's the customer service line for Gibbsland Bank and Trust. Oh, we've had to use it a few times. And when we call, human beings answer the phone. Death to the machines. Long live the humans. That human touch, that personal touch from Gibbsland Bank and Trust customer service. Night, sweetie.
Night.
Holy cow. How cold are your feet?
Be still.
No, I'm not your personal furnace.
See, we don't have to turn the heat on. I could just put my feet right here on
Hold
your
on,
back.
let me get out of the bed.
No.
Thank goodness AccuTemp came out, checked out the heater. It's ready to roll. Up the thermostat goes. I'm going all the way to 68. AccuTemp, cooling and heating this winter. I'm not your furnace.
Get back over here.
Well, boys and girls, it's that time of year. The frosty months or weeks of winter. That's when you know you need Rapolo's insulation on your side. 865-5113. 865-5113. Get a free estimate from good old guy Brian Rapolo. He is what you would call an ace of spades dude. What a super good guy you'll get in Brian Rapolo. Remember, with Rapolo's insulation, they've got that magical insulation. Keeps the hot side hot and the cool side cool. Rapolo's insulation. So often we talk Chevy Land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado?